It feels so good to be gardening again. Last year, I observed a land Sabbath and gave this land and myself a rest. And it has been neat to see the blessings that have come this year as a result of letting this land rest. I see improvement in the soil quality in a number of areas and greater production in other areas. For example, our strawberries have been producing like crazy, and we only started with just a couple of plants. We've been freezing some, eating some fresh, and Salem made a delicious strawberry pie. Yummy! Earlier in the spring, we had a lot of rain that delayed us from getting started early in the garden. But lately, the temperatures and weather have been amazing, so it has allowed us to get some stuff done and catch up somewhat. But are you ever really caught up? In addition to harvesting strawberries, we've also been harvesting microgreens and lettuces. But we've just started harvesting the first fruits of the year for things like cucumbers and squash. Here, look at here. I like this zucchini here. There we go. It's great. This one's here is big. We should have been watching a little closer. Still can use that. This one right here is perfect. Look at there. Beautiful. In the past, I've grown a lot of different types of summer squashes, from your straight-necked yellow squash to your patty pan squashes. But I must say, out of all the different summer squashes, the zucchini squash is my favorite. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section below. This year, I'm only growing zucchini. Why? Because I want to be able to save heirloom zucchini seeds for the future. Since they're my favorite, then I'm not growing any others because I don't want any cross-pollination to happen. I want these seeds to be true. So this year, I'm focusing on growing my favorite squash only. First fruits of the zucchini squash in this row. Let's see what's in the other row. Let's see here, let's see there, let's see what we have everywhere. You know, there's a number of them on there. They're not quite ready yet. Right over here. Oop, not quite ready yet there either. Let's see here. Here. Oh, this one's a little overdone too. It's that point we gotta start looking at them every day. This one might, probably one that the goats can eat. Cut that off. Pretty exciting. The first harvest of squash for the year. Our first fruits. And I like to do something really special with the first fruits. And this reject one here, well, we're gonna feed that one to goats. Alright, so let's cut this off. Cut that part off. Compost. And the goats can eat the rest of that. If we absolutely had to, well, we would eat some of these rejects as well when you have to. But I like for our animals to eat well too, and I like to extend to them some of the produce that we grow here too. Hey Sailor, can you take those inside?
Yes, sir.
All right. See if the goats will eat this one. All right, so we recently moved some of the goats behind our house to kind of eat the things that are growing. Got a lot of different poison ivy and various things that are growing back here. And they're going to town. Y'all are doing a good job back here. Hey Meg, you want some of this? Huh? Want some? Huh? Come get it. Here, Maggie. That Meg. Maggie. Hey. I couldn't get any takers for the squash. They must have been content with the vegetation they were eating. But later on, Selah offered the squash again, and Hazel tore it up. I've mentioned first fruits, and some of you are probably wondering, Mike, what is a first fruits? Well, first fruits is a biblical agricultural term which refers to the first harvest of a season or of a crop. And so far we've also gotten, in addition to the squash, first fruits harvest from kale, peppers, basils, and just around the corner I see tomatoes, eggplant, onions, corn, and more. What are some of the things that you've been harvesting? Let me know in the comments below. But for the past few years, our garden space has been dedicated to mostly a market garden. And here the past couple years, we've started to do more of growing things for ourselves. In addition to growing for others, but also growing more for ourselves. And with that, we've been exploring, instead of just focusing on crops that are short, fast growing other things like corn and also cabbage, which we recently got our first harvest from. Selah just brings back memories of when you were just a little baby and you were in the carrier on me and we were growing cabbages in the city, our little city homestead. You remember that? Probably don't, because you're a little too small.
I don't remember.
That one's not ready yet. So what we're trying to do is, I haven't done this before, is they say you can harvest a head, do it in such a way that another head would grow. So I'm trying to do that. See if we can do that. Think we can do it? Get it down here, just right below the head. I think we need a longer knife, Selah. Definitely gonna need a longer knife than that. Let's see here, try not to tear it up too much, so that way it grows another head. I've just seen online, like I said, I haven't done it yet, and they were showing where if you harvest it right, you can get multiple heads to grow after the initial one. So we're gonna try it, see what happens. Oh, almost got it. There we go. Much better. Much better. Alrighty. Got a few slugs on there. Alrighty. Other than that, it's pretty good. Alrighty. Get that one off. Alright, down here. It's just so cute. I just love it. Sometimes it's hard to harvest what you grew because it's like you put the work into it and then it looks good and you're like, I don't know, I want to eat it, but it looks so nice. And right here it looks like little Cabbage Patch Kids or something.
A little Cabbage Patch of Kids.
Ooh, and this one close up, it looks like, feed me, Seymour, feed me. Right in there, right at the base of the head. This one's coming apart a little bit easier. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, Selah. I'm gonna eat the slugs off that one. If you can get them off for me, there you go. There you go. Yummy. All right, so right in here again. Put that down. Up here. Please. Get it on there. Boom, yeah. Booyakasha. Another one? There we go. Lovely. that just shows that it's beyond organic. We didn't spray anything on there. Another of my gardening goals is to grow more flowers for the bees, to make our farmstead more aesthetically and aromatically pleasing, but also because I'm just a guy that likes flowers. So I have this one area that I was like, we're gonna grow some flowers here. So not too long ago, I went to town with broad forking it and getting it ready. I've never loosened up the ground here before. I got roots in there, everything. Just gonna hinder stuff from growing. Make it harder to work with, but we'll loosen it up. Get out of there. Oh, right here too. Oh, snaps. Oh, whoa. Following my little broad forking workout, I next loosened up the soil with my mini cultivator. Yeah, that's a little bit of a workout. Yeah, and I know that I should probably have a much bigger tiller to do a job like this, like something like a BCS walk behind or something like that. And the reason I don't is, one, well, partially I like to get a little bit of a workout when I'm doing the different things here on the farmstead. And two, which can probably be one, is budget reasons. Those things are really, really expensive. And reason number three, and it's a big reason too, over the years I've been trying to do more of a permaculture style gardening, trying to do less till. Not exactly no-till, but less till. So I just haven't been able to save up and just bite the bullet to get one of the big monsters, one of the big walk-behind tractors. But I'm probably gonna have to just do it one day. Definitely for sure. Whew. Oh, and this area right here, all the roots that were here, well, this used to be a forest area. All this area that I've kind of turned over, where we have the high tunnel, where we have fruit trees growing and beehive over there. Well, all that used to be trees. And I took down about 100 trees in this area just a couple years ago, and just gradually converting this into an area that's much more productive, because it was just a crowded forest, crowded wood area that really didn't have any function at all, because the trees were so crowded. We weren't able to harvest anything from there. It really wasn't workable at all. So trying to convert it to make it usable and productive. And we also have some chicks hanging out with me here as I'm working. After getting the soil prepped, Selah and our friend Anna transplanted flowers that we started from seeds. And if you're looking for a good place to get some seeds, check out Seeds for Generations. And here we transplanted zinnias, marigolds, cosmos, and we had a little bit of fun while we were doing it.
Yeah, sunny days, no clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break.
And I really look forward to seeing how those flowers turn out. Oh, and I do want to mention, before I forget, that for the zooks and the cukes, the zucchini and the cucumbers, One of the best ways to store them is in an airtight container in the warmest part of the refrigerator. Because cucumbers, if it gets below 50 degrees, they start to have chilling injury. So around in the 50s is what they both really like. And if you have an extra refrigerator, one that you can set to be in the 50-degree range, that works really well for storing a lot of your produce, your peppers, your zooks, and your cukes. So just an option. And for those of you who are wondering what we actually do with our first fruits, well, following the pattern in Scripture, we bag up our first fruits and we'll take them to those who have been appointed to do the work of God, the work of the ministry. Since our society is not agrarian these days, in addition to our first fruits that we'll take from the land, we'll also give monetary first tithes and offerings to them as well, from the income that we make through various avenues, including the produce that we sell. But it feels so good to be able to take things that we have grown, that we have labored for ourselves, and to give them to it. It is so rewarding. And you may be wondering, well, why do you really do that? Well, one, because we're instructed to. As followers of God, we are instructed to give to Him. And He says, to those who don't give to Him, you're robbing from. So I don't want to be robbing from Him at all. And two, because I want to support the work of God, because that helps to change people's lives. And three, I want to give. I just love giving. And you give to those you love. Yes, my family, I enjoy giving to them, and I want to give them whatever I can that's good for them because I love them, and that's a sign. They know that I love them unconditionally, but giving is a sign of what's in my heart. They see that, hey, he's going an extra mile to do this and do that. That's a sign of what's in my heart, that I love them. Now, you would begin to doubt the love of those who never spend time with you, never give anything to you, never talk to you. You would definitely doubt that. But people who are constantly doing things for you don't really question the love as much. And the same goes with giving to God. I want Him to know where my heart is. Do any of you give tithes and offerings from the produce of your land? I would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comment section below. And man, I can't wait to give of some of my other produce that is coming up, God willing. I'm looking forward to that.